I never thought I'd have to use the store's loudspeaker to defend a line of patients, but that's exactly what happened. One woman decided she was above everyone else, barged past 15 people, and insulted a veteran, and I made sure her entitlement echoed through every aisle. The entire pharmacy stopped, and what happened next turned into one of the most unforgettable moments of my career. My name's Patricia Moore. I'm the head pharmacist at Health Plus Pharmacy, and I've worked in this field for over a decade. I've seen just about everything: angry customers, insurance nightmares, even the occasional meltdown. But that day, that Thursday afternoon during flu season, it was chaos like I'd never seen before. We were backed up with prescriptions. Phones were ringing non-stop, and my tech, Marcus, looked like he was about to pass out from exhaustion. Still, we were keeping it together. The line was long but orderly. Everyone had taken a number. Everyone was waiting patiently. There was this quiet rhythm to the madness, controlled chaos. At the front of the line was Mr. Robert Chen, a 78-year-old Korean War veteran. Sweet man, polite, always wore his military cap and carried his cane in one hand and his prescription slip in the other. Behind him stood Jessica, a nurse fresh off a 12-hour hospital shift, still in her purple scrubs, holding her toddler's hand. You could see the fatigue in her eyes, but she waited without complaint, and behind them a dozen others, all just trying to get their meds and go home. Then the doors flew open. In walked Brenda Hutchinson, though at the time I didn't know her name. What I did know was that she had main character energy written all over her. Hot pink velour tracksuit, white rhinestone sneakers, hair lacquered so stiff it probably qualified as a helmet. She strutted right past the take a number dispenser, marched down the aisle like she owned the place, and slammed her prescription down on my counter like she was making a royal decree. "I need this filled immediately," she said, snapping her fingers. "I don't have time to wait." I looked up from counseling Mr. Chen and smiled as calmly as I could. "Ma'am, please take a number and wait in line. I'll be with you as soon as possible." Her face twisted like she'd just smelled something rotten. "Excuse me, I've been coming here for 15 years. I spend thousands of dollars here. You're telling me I have to wait behind all these people?" And she waved her manicured hand toward the line, dismissing everyone like they were background extras in her personal movie. Mr. Chen, bless his heart, turned and said gently, "Ma'am, we've all been waiting. Please just take a number." Brenda laughed. "No," scoffed. "I wasn't talking to you, Grandpa. Mind your business." The entire line gasped. You could feel the temperature in the room drop 10 degrees. Jessica, the nurse mom, spoke up. "That's incredibly rude. He's been waiting longer than anyone." Brenda spun around, hands on her hips, cleavage pushed forward like she was about to go to battle. Maybe if people didn't take forever asking dumb questions, we wouldn't have to wait this long. That's when Marcus leaned over and whispered, "You want me to call the manager?" I shook my head. "Not yet. Because I believe in giving people one last chance to act like adults." "Ma'am," I said clearly, "everyone here has been waiting their turn. Please take a number from the dispenser." She crossed her arms, glared at me, and said, "I want to speak to the head pharmacist." I pointed to my name tag. "You're speaking to her." For a moment her jaw dropped. Then she actually reached across the counter, snatched her prescription, and said, "Fine, I'll just fill it myself." And before anyone could react, she started walking behind the counter straight toward the medication shelves. Marcus stepped in front of her, arms out. "Ma'am, you can't go back there. That's a restricted area." She shoved his arm. "I just need my cream for my rash." "Where is it?" That was it. The last straw. I hit the security lock under the counter. Click. The gate slid shut. And then I picked up the loudspeaker phone. The entire pharmacy went silent. I took a deep breath, pressed the button, and said, "Attention Health Plus customers and staff. This is Dr. Moore in the pharmacy. We currently have a customer in a hot pink tracksuit who has cut in front of 15 waiting patients, insulted an elderly veteran, attempted to enter a restricted area, and is demanding immediate service because apparently her time is more valuable than everyone else's. If you'd like to witness someone having a complete meltdown over waiting in line like a civilized human being, please feel free to come watch the show at the pharmacy counter." The entire store froze. Then footsteps. People from other aisles started peeking around corners. Employees paused mid-shelf stocking. Even the manager from electronics came over to see. Brenda's face turned crimson, then white, then pink again, matching her tracksuit perfectly. "You can't say that," she screeched. "That's slander." I kept the microphone up. "Ma'am, it's not slander if it's true." There was a pause, and then laughter. A slow, growing ripple of laughter and applause. Mr. Chen smiled and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "I've been waiting 37 minutes for my heart medication. You can wait too." More applause. Jessica, still holding her daughter's hand, added, "I've been on my feet all day saving lives. You can stand in line." Brenda's lip trembled. She looked around, desperate for someone to take her side, but all she found were cameras, customers filming people shaking their heads, whispering unbelievable. For a second I wondered if I'd gone too far. My heart was racing. I felt this flicker of guilt, like maybe I'd embarrassed her too much. But then I looked at Mr. Chen, his kind eyes shining with gratitude, and Jessica smiling for the first time all day, and I realized, no, someone had to say it. Someone had to draw the line. Brenda grabbed her prescription. Stammering, "This is abuse. I'm calling corporate. I'll have your license revoked." Still holding the mic, I said calmly, "Corporate already knows. This interaction is being recorded along with the 15 witnesses standing right here." More applause. Someone in the back shouted, "Bye, Karen." Brenda let out a sound somewhere between a scream and a sob, turned and stormed off. On her way out, she knocked over the hand sanitizer station, which only made the crowd laugh harder. She stomped toward the exit, her rhinestone sneakers squeaking against the tile. I set the microphone down, took a deep breath, and turned back to Mr. Chen. "I'm so sorry for the interruption, sir. Now, where were we? Oh yes, take the medication with breakfast to avoid dizziness." He smiled a little misty-eyed. "Thank you, young lady. In my day we called that having a backbone." And just like that, the whole room relaxed. The tension melted. People in line started talking to each other, laughing, swapping stories about their own run-ins with entitled customers. Marcus leaned over and whispered, "That was the most epic thing I've ever seen." I chuckled softly, though my hands were still shaking a little. Probably not the most professional move. He grinned. "No, but definitely the most satisfying." By the end of the shift, word had already spread. 5 different people had recorded the whole thing, and by that evening videos of Pharmacist destroys entitled Karen on Loudspeaker were all over TikTok and Twitter. 8 million views in 3 days. People called me a hero, a legend, even a modern saint of customer service. 2 hours later, corporate showed up. My district manager came in with his laptop asking for the security footage. I braced myself. I figured I was getting written up or fired. But after watching the video, he just started laughing. "Patricia, he said you handled that perfectly. She's already calling every number she can find to complain, but with this footage, she doesn't have a leg to stand on." He told me Brenda had a history, 3 other stores, same behavior. She'd been warned, even flagged in the system. My report and the footage were the final straw. Corporate banned her from every Health Plus pharmacy in the region. The next morning I came in to find a pink bakery box sitting on the counter. Inside, donuts. On top, a handwritten note, "For the pharmacist with the mic drop. Thank you for standing up to that, Karen." I smiled, shared them with my team, and for the first time in months the pharmacy felt light again. Mr. Chen came back later that day, handed me a thank you card. Inside, in shaky cursive, it read, "You reminded me that kindness and justice still exist." And that made all of it worth it. Brenda, of course, didn't stop being Brenda. Word spread through the local pharmacies, and when she tried to get her prescription filled at another store, the pharmacist there told her, "Oh, you're the hot pink tracksuit lady from the video. The wait time's about 3 hours, still want to stay." She left without saying a word. I never saw her again, but I didn't need to. Because that day, something shifted for everyone who was there, for every tired nurse, every veteran, every service worker who's ever been yelled at by someone who thinks they're more important. Sometimes justice doesn't come from yelling or punishment. It comes from truth spoken calmly into a microphone for the whole world to hear. And that's what I learned: entitlement only works when everyone else stays silent. Sometimes all it takes is one calm voice and a little courage to remind people that respect still matters.